You are now listening to the Transform You live show.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I said, "Show you're right."
But when you live through the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both physical and spiritual nature.
That's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform You live show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Hart. For more information, visit transformubroadcast.com. Transform the letter U broadcast.com. Visit realmarcushart.com for the exclusive information. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
Hello, my people. We are back. You know what that means. Hey, that means money, baby. We're doing $144 cash prize raffle. That contest ends real soon, man. Ending real soon, April 11, 2018. So make sure you check in with your boy. The best way to do that is by sending an email. What you do, you send an email to transformyouliveshow@gmail.com. But first, before you even do that, you got to go join us at the website at transformubroadcast.com. So you go to transformubroadcast.com, you join for free as an audience member, and then after you do that, send an email saying that, hey man, I want to get some of that money, I want some of that Moulin Rouge. You do that by sending an email to your boy, yes, Dr. Marcus Hart, that's me, the host of the Transform You Live show. You send an email to transformyouliveshow@gmail.com. That's transform the letter U liveshow@gmail.com. Do you need me to spell it out to you people? So transformyouliveshow@gmail.com. But anyways, we got a very awesome show in store for all of you today. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it, man. We got some very good guests coming on. We got Bonnie Jean Alford, aka the Identity Guru. She's in the building. Then, of course, we got TCO Fresh, young and up and coming, aspiring rapper, man. He's a music artist. Let me correct myself. Music artist, independent music artist. The guy is only 18. He doing his thing out there, man. Yes. So you gotta stay locked in. You gotta keep listening. The show, man, I'm telling you, you gotta stay here. Stay here at Transform You Live show, baby, with Dr. Marcus Hart. Oh, in case you're wondering, if you need my information, just check me out at realmarcushart.com. Realmarcushart.com. Send that email. Get that cash prize. But before you get that cash prize of 144, visit transformubroadcast.com. Transform the letter U broadcast.com. Let's go.
It's your identity, it's your brand. How are you making your bold statement? Contact the Identity Guru, Bonnie Jean Alford, today to make your bold statement through creative coaching, writing, editing, and keynote presentations. Visit either alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net or simply call 630-752-9434. Again, that's alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net or simply call 630-752-9434. Step into your bold future right now.
Hey, it's Dr. Marcus Hart here with the Transform You Live show. I want you to be my next guest. If you are interested at all in helping us to transform the lives into many across the world, visit us at www.transformubroadcast.com. That's transform the letter U broadcast.com. Hit the join button and you too can help us make real transformation into the lives of everybody. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love. You are now listening to the Transform You Live show with your host, Dr. Marcus Hart. Hey, have you heard? We do have a Saturday show every 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on WXR WLP. At 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, make sure you tune in. Matter of fact, you can tune in. Just simply say, hey, Alexa, play Transform You Live show. Or, hey, Alexa, play River West Radio. And we will be ready to make real transformation in your life on Saturdays also. You are now listening to the Transform You Live show.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I said, no, you're right.
But when you live in the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both physical and spiritual nature.
That's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform You Live show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Hart. For more information, visit transformubroadcast.com. Transform the letter U broadcast.com. Visit realmarcushart.com for the exclusive information. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
Hello, my people, and welcome back to the Transform You Live show with your host, Dr. Marcus Hart. We are back for another amazing interview. This particular interview is one that I hold dear to my heart, as one of the things that this particular guest does has been one of the things I struggled previously in my past. What am I talking about? Let me just give you a short introduction and bring our guest in shortly here. So she asked the question, how are you making your bold statement? Bonnie Jean Alford, she works with clients around the globe. Her mission involves assisting clients with communicating their identity and branding through various mediums by making a bold statement. She's a published author and poet. She has completed her memoir and first novel, which is almost near complete. Bonnie Jean teaches sociology with a focus on identity at a community college in Illinois. As an active member of Toastmasters, she competes and wins speaking competitions in multiple varieties. So without further ado, let's hear for the identity guide guru, Bonnie Jean Alford. Are you there?
I'm here.
Very good to have you, Bonnie Jean.
Well, thank you. And should I call you Dr. Hart or Marcus?
I'm not sure.
Well, it is your identity, so you need to tell me.
I like that. You already helped me already. So let's go with Marcus. I like Marcus.
Well, then call me Bonnie Jean.
Awesome. I will make sure I call you Bonnie Jean throughout the rest of the interview.
Works for me.
So, Bonnie Jean, the audience has heard me give a short introduction briefly, and I'm not the best at giving introductions. But let's hear from you in your own words. How would you describe yourself, and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I believe in helping people know who they are and know where they want to go with who they are, instead of letting everybody else tell them who they are. Does that make sense at all?
Absolutely.
I grew up my whole childhood being told what I was supposed to be when I grew up. I was told what I was good enough at and what I wasn't good enough at, and by the time I got into adulthood, I had no idea what I should be or how I should develop my own identity. because I didn't have one. And everybody sort of stole it from me by telling me what I should and shouldn't do. And when I wrote my memoir, I realized through the whole thing that I needed to stop letting people steal my thunder and live my truth, my path. And I started really seeing what my identity was. And along the way, I picked up a couple of master's degrees where my thesis papers even focused on identity. And I didn't even realize that until I was in class a couple years ago, and I said, wait, I've been doing this. I am the identity guru. And that's what I do in my classes. I teach my students about identity. I speak about identity. Everything I do with my clients is to help them find their identity so they can communicate it to the world. And we do that through branding and public relations and marketing tactics, but it's all centered on this idea of finding who you are or who your company is so that you can have your greatness revealed in whatever path you choose.
Oh, I love that. That is definitely all about transformation. That's one of the things we do here on this show is we offer that to our audiences. We bring on guests just like yourself who have been doing the work, who has been in the trenches, who have personally, worked the systems and the programs they offer in their clients themselves. And just touching on that, now you said that you struggled because you had a lot of outside influences pushing their agenda and their identities on you. How exactly did you escape it, and at what point, in your life did you realize it? Was it as you were, completing your college degree? Because I see that you have master's degrees also, or did it come further back?
As a child, I always dreamed of being a writer or the first woman president, but that secondary one is it may happen. No, I don't know. But I always dreamed really.
Nowadays.
I don't know if I want to be president anymore. But I do have some political aspirations. But I really wanted to be a writer. I wanted to share my words. I often call myself a word artist, and I utilize words to shape pictures and images, and that's a really key part of my identity. As a kid, my mom would always just tell me I wasn't good enough to do it professionally. Little would she know now, so many years later, I'm making a living helping people with their words and writing their words as well as writing my own words. And so I didn't know that I could do that until I was in my PhD program. I wasn't a PhD program. I was all but dissertation. I was working on my dissertation. And for whatever reason, the advisor I had, well, I know some of the reasons, but I would rather not get into those. But for many reasons, he was not accepting my proposal for my dissertation. He just kept giving it back to me over and over again, telling me it wasn't good enough, reiterating and echoing these words that my mother always said. And I finally just had to accept his resignation as my chair and figure out what I was going to do. Unfortunately, by accepting his resignation, it caused a whole bunch of other snowball effects, and I ended up not being able to complete that PhD program. But I realized in the not being able to complete it, it wasn't the program I wanted. It was the program everybody told me I wanted because that was the natural transition of my life. That's where I was supposed to go. That was what you get your master's in sociology, then you go get your PhD in sociology, you become a 4-year professor, and you fill this box. And I didn't like being in a box, and I didn't like being in a box that everybody told me I was supposed to be in. So that's when I went back and got my second master's in communication and started on this journey to look for who I was. And along the way, I figured out that, well, who I was is me. Nobody else can be me. And I think that's pretty cool because I think I'm pretty cool.
Absolutely. I definitely can't agree more with you, and I hear what you're saying. We a lot of times go through life hearing the same script about just go to school, get a good job, and everything will be okay, and you will please people in that way. But you did something that is totally out of the box. You are now helping people to get out of the box. So what can we do, exactly to erase a lot of those recordings that we have somewhere trapped in the back of our minds and in our thoughts?
It's not easy. And I will say first, I'm not a therapist in any way, shape, or form. I am just a person who knows how to shape somebody's own thoughts. So what I do is I ask them questions. I find out who they want to be, and I get to know who they are. And my process doesn't involve like a questionnaire. It never goes in one particular way. No two clients are the same, so no two processes are the same. And that's the thing that I start right away with every client for them to understand that what I do with one client is not going to be the same thing I do with another client. Even if there's some similarities, we have to get out of that mindset that there's one way to do anything. And that's the first thing that I try to get through all of my clients' head is there isn't one way. One way is not how we should live our life. There's multiple ways to everything. And that's really hard when you've been taught your entire life that there's one path, you should only be on one path, everybody should do this, get a regular 9-to-5 job. You know, I get a lot of flack because I run my own business, and sometimes it's not always going as well as you'd like. That's just reality. And people are always saying, well, why don't you just go get a 9-to-5 job? And that's not me, so why would I want to do that?
Right. Wow, I can't agree more with you. And just based on what I'm hearing here, you mentioned that there's not one way to do anything, and so therefore you open yourself up for different possibilities in terms of just looking at different ways to help people. Now, is there a particular type of client that you take on, or are you pretty open to working with everybody?
I will work with pretty much anyone who wants to grow in their professional or personal lives. I work with a lot of small businesses that are starting out, so as they shape and start to frame who they want to be in the world and be seen as a small business. And I work with a lot of artists who are shaping their stories. I do a lot of developmental editing with clients where I help them write their story, whether it's a novel or a memoir or some other aspect. I help them along that path so they can communicate their story, whatever kind of story it is, through their own words, but with guidance. I've also worked with photographers and other artists in other capacities to help them be motivated in communicating whatever their genre or medium is so that they can get their work out there. And I've also helped create their marketing plans. I work with, I do I don't design the websites. I maintain or write the content for the websites for some of my clients that are in the art industry, musicians, bands, ensembles, things along those lines as well.
Awesome. Now, being that identity is very unique to the person, how important is it, or how related is, expanding or opening up the creative side of individuals when you are working with them?
Well, Marcus, it is very important to open the creative side. Even a person without a creative side or thinks they don't have a creative side, say I'm working with an accountant who wants to build his accountant business, they have to own their creative side, even if they think it's not there. And so I do a lot of tactics that involve journaling. Journaling is a huge, huge part of what I do with clients. I want people to write lists, write things down, not because they're necessarily ever going to use that written material that they've just done in their final products or in their work, but it helps them to understand who they are, and it's something that can be done, and that can be done to help them shape themselves and how they see themselves and how they can unpack those false messages about who they're supposed to be instead of who they're meant to be. Right. And I do and a lot of free-form conversation too.
Intriguing. It almost makes me want to sign up.
Well, I'll give you.
You can never get too much assistance in terms of like just shaping, the important aspect of your business or who you are. It's always good to get some additional input, and I really love the work you're doing. Now, we're going to go through a short commercial break, and once again, we are talking with the identity guru, Bonnie Jean Alford.
It's your identity, it's your brand. How are you making your bold statement? Contact the identity guru, Bonnie Jean Alford, today to make your bold statement through creative coaching, writing, editing, and keynote presentations. Visit either alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net, or simply call 630-752-9434. Again, that's alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net, or simply call 630-752-9434. Step into your bold future right now.
Hey, as a fellow business owner and entrepreneur, I understand the struggle behind trying to reach your target market, or just simply trying to extend your reach and get more business in the door. Well, the Transform You Live show has advertising space available on our Wednesday show. If you haven't already, check us out. Visit www.transformubroadcast.com. That's www.transformbroadcast.com, and we will help you to make real transformation in the way you advertise. You are now listening to the Transform You Live show. For more information, visit transformubroadcast.com. That's transformbroadcast.com.
Okay, we're back. We're back once again, and we are talking with the identity guru, Bonnie Jean. And Bonnie Jean, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Marcus?
I'm just enjoying this interview and really having a fantastic time right now. I'm sure the audience is really just starting to learn something very new, and it's one of our most unique guests that I have ever brought on, and I'm really splendid to have you. It's just really a pleasure.
Great. I don't know how to be anything other than unique.
That's awesome. Okay. So let's talk more about your business and what you do and what you do. And I know you said a great deal in the first part of the interview, but let's talk more specifically. Now, once someone finds you and they decide to work with you, what is the initial steps or initial thing you do to consult them or to really figure out, what the issue is and how you can help them?
It depends on what kind of needs they have and what aspect of their identity they're having me assist them with. On the personal level, I work a lot with clients that are looking for jobs and help them shape their identity through their resumes. Resume is one of the most important tools to communicate a person's identity, especially in the working world. So I do a lot of resumes for clients, and my resumes have a near 100% success rate of job acquisition, and they have and interview acquisition. So my clients, my resume clients, or my personal identity clients as I call them, they get their jobs and they are able to shape who they are and what their working history is through what I've created for them. And so I do a lot of those kind of things on the personal level. But that's not where my meat of my work is. That's just the potatoes. That's the vegetables that help me sustain everything else. What I like to do is help a client to tell the world what they're doing, but through their words. So the very first thing that I do when I sit down with somebody is ask them, what do they want? And they go, well, what do you mean? I want to get more clients. And I say, well, what do you want? And so I make them actually face what that means, what their wants and what their needs are for their company. They have to face it. They have to go, okay, how do I get there? And I have to ask them if they've been in business a long time, why aren't they there yet? And I ask them if they're brand new, what brought them there? And so one of my past clients actually, or current, she's a friend too, so it's interesting. She wanted to take her business to another place, and she wanted to shape it, but she wasn't communicating what she does. She helps her clients unpack who they are in many ways, similar to what I'm doing, but from a therapeutic perspective. And so she helps them find their path to life, whatever it is, and to get on to the right path again, their right path, not somebody else's. So it's not about their identity. She's really about helping them find their paths. And so she actually started a blog finally for her company and started really thinking outside the box, because she was always staying within the box of what traditional therapists are supposed to do. But she's not an inside-the-box type of person.
Wow. Yeah, I love that. This is definitely great work you're doing. And it really seems to me that it is really a real closely knit mentorship and a little bit of a coaching, if I may say. Am I correct, or would you correct me?
Yeah, it is definitely a very personal relationship. I get to know my clients very well. We end up on always a first-name basis. Well, usually. I have a few clients internationally that I've never actually met in person, but I will say most of my clients end up becoming my friends as well. They don't just exist in the ethers out there in the world. I do the work and we move on. It becomes something very personal, because I'm helping them become their best self and helping them move into their beautiful and bold greatness.
That is awesome and truly remarkable. We need more businesses and just, coaches and mentors like yourself who do not mind, stepping into the realm of the world of the clients and really having that personal relationship and really, exchanging the love and good vibes to help them along the way and continue to be that support system. That's very remarkable. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you.
Awesome. Now, step a little bit more. Tell us a little bit more about your speaking. You also been speaking for a couple of years now, and so how long have you been speaking, and what do you speak on?
Well, one of the things I really want to break more into is doing professional keynote presentations about identity development, and not letting anyone else steal your thunder, because it's your thunder. You should own it. You should live it. You should honor it. And so that's actually been a career goal of mine for a few years, and stemming out of my memoir that I'm working on, that I finished this last summer, and it's called Life's a Concert, How I Found Me, Danced Through Personal Armageddons, and Ate Buttered Popcorn Along the Way. And go ahead, you're supposed to laugh at the popcorn line. yeah, I could tell you were holding back.
I was waiting for permission.
Don't wait for permission. Just laugh at something you find funny. It's supposed to be funny. The whole point of the memoir is I explore myself and my growth and my identity through song, through music. So every chapter is titled a song, and different aspects of my life and the things that have happened in my life are explored, and how it affects me in more of an essay style than a traditional memoir style, because, as always, I have to be me and do it differently than anyone else. What I want this to do is launch a speaking series called Life's a Blank. And I want to get out into the world and talk about how you find your passion, your dreams, and your thunder is yours and yours alone. And I want to do that for companies, individuals, high school students. I really want to speak to a lot of high school students and college students who are at that stage in their life where they're vulnerable and everybody is telling them who they should be instead of who they are supposed to be, telling them who they should be or who they're supposed to be instead of letting them find who they want to be and need to be in the world. And so that's really one of the target audiences I want to reach to. But I also speak about other topics like leadership. I talk about ethics. Everything always comes back to identity, though. Everything I speak on, no matter what I'm talking about, connects back to identity and who people are. I'm currently working on trying to set up a talk at a local high school about building bridges between cultures, because I believe very strongly that we should build bridges. We should connect to each other, and we should, instead of tearing each other apart and focusing on difference, we need to focus on what we have that's similar and work on building that up instead of tearing each other down.
Definitely. You are definitely one hard-working person, and I'm definitely inspired. And one thing also I just want to share with the audience is that we are fellow Toastmaster members. So we are in Toastmasters, and that's how I met you, which is definitely another remarkable thing about yourself is, that you are also working, in providing inspiration and motivation in the Toastmasters Club. Now, there's something we do in Toastmasters called Table Topics, so I thought it'd be pretty fun to do a couple of tabletop questions. Are you okay with that?
Sure. You can always improve your speaking skills, which is why I'm in Toastmasters, because just because I speak doesn't mean I'm the best. You can always grow. So lay it on me.
So for those who are wondering, what the heck is Table Topics? So Table Topics is an opportunity to give speakers who's fine-tuning their speaking skills the opportunity to answer questions in impromptu style. And that's what we're going to do with Bonnie Jean today. We're going to have a little impromptu fun. So Bonnie Jean, I picked a couple of questions out of the Toastmasters sample table topic questions. And the first question I have for you is, where do you find your inspiration?
People. I find my inspiration in people. It can be also a distraction because I like people. I like talking to people. I like growing from people. Everybody has something to teach me, and I think I can help teach them something too, but even if I can't, I know I can learn something from everyone I come in contact with. And so I just like talking to people and growing from the people I talk to and experiencing that, and it's just a beautiful thing to talk to people.
Fantastic. I like that. Now, what lifts your spirits when life gets you down?
Can I say the same answer? People? Seriously, though, people do lift my spirits, but I can also lift my own spirits when I eat some buttered popcorn. Buttered popcorn always takes care of every ailment, whether we're talking about something making me sad, or if I'm happy, I celebrate with popcorn. Popcorn is most definitely my favorite food, and if I can't use the same answer that people lift my spirits, it would just have to be buttered popcorn.
Fantastic. Now, one more question for you, and then we'll move on. What would you say gives your life meaning?
What gives my life meaning? Knowing that I've made a difference, that I can be a bridge between different groups of people and help them find their common ground while living their difference, but also coming together in peace. I believe for many, many years that that's one of my purposes, whether we're talking about cultures of religion, we're talking about cultures of race, we're talking about cultures of gender, it doesn't matter. I have this uncanny ability to get two people who seemingly hate each other coming together and sitting at a table together and talking and sharing the commonalities they have and respecting the lifestyle that the other lives without needing to accept it, but accepting that they have a right to it. And so that's what I think is my mission, my truest mission in life, is helping people see who they are, but also be able to be together with other people and honoring their difference through finding commonality.
Wow, I like that. You sound like the ultimate negotiator in a sense also. I really could use some of that negotiation. Yeah, I really got some people that I really like to get connected with, and just them to drop all of their negativity. But that's another story, though, in another show.
Negativity is hard to get people to drop. A lot of people see the world as a negative place, and quite frankly, I don't like to be negative. I may point out reality. Reality is reality, but I try to be positive about everything, and even when things aren't great, you got to be positive about it and lose the negativity. So I get sad when people are negative.
Great. Awesome. Now we are winding down and coming to our final moments in this interview. Now, if the audience wants to get in contact with you, how will they be able to do that?
They can definitely check out my webpage, www.alfortenterprises.net, or my soon-to-be-made webpage, theidentityguru.net. They can also call me, 630-752-9434, or they can find me on Twitter or Instagram or even my Facebook page, all of which my handle is BonnieJean401. And, they can reach out anytime. I'm happy to be connected with them.
Fantastic. Now, before we let you go, Bonnie Jean, is there any other final words of encouragement or wisdom you want to offer to our audience out there?
Sure. I want people to use the hashtags Be Beautiful and Be You. And as they're doing that, I want people, everyone, to smile and be themselves. Because a person's self, who they are, is the most amazing person in the world, and the world deserves to know them.
Awesome. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, out there, we are talking with Bonnie Jean Alford, the Identity Guru. Make sure you do check her out. We will be creating a personal page on the Toastmasters on the TransformYouBroadcast.com website. You'll be able to find her there and other guests, as well as information about the show and our local times and listings for our Saturday show as well on the TransformYouBroadcast.com website. Join us again. Stay tuned in for segment 2. We have another great interview coming up. Make sure you do join us on our Facebook page at Transform You Live Show. So you can find us on Facebook and do connect with us that way too, as well as our wonderful guests. Okay. Thank you again, Miss Bonnie Jean, and please stay on the line and we'll be talking briefly here.
You are now listening to the Transform You Live Show.
It's your identity, it's your brand. How are you making your bold statement? Contact the Identity Guru, Bonnie Jean Alford, today to make your bold statement through creative coaching, writing, editing, and keynote presentations. Visit either alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net or simply call 630-752-9434. Again, that's alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net or simply call 630-752-9434. Step into your bold future right now.
Hello, I'm Dr. Marcus Hart. After several months of being deployed in support of the Iraq War, there were different personal accounts that ushered in a new direction and life path for me to become a spiritual advisor, transformational mentor, theologian, author, and speaker. It's fair to say that I have had my fair share of ups and downs, to include relationship issues, financial distress, but now I'm helping others to be able to recover very fast. My most recent book, 100 Chinese Cookie Quotes and Sayings That Helps, offers a combination of these personal accounts and insider hacks derived from the inspiration of cracking open a fortune cookie. Buy the book today by visiting Amazon.com or visit my personal website at realmarcushart.com. That's realmarcushart without the E.com.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I said, no, you're right.
But when you live through the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both physical and spiritual.
That's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform You Live Show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Hart. For more information, visit TransformYouBroadcast.com. Transform the letter you broadcast.com. Visit realmarcushart.com for the exclusive information. Enjoy the show. Let's go.
Hello, my people. We are back again for another exclusive interview with another fabulous guest, man. Wait until I bring this guy on. you're really going to enjoy this interview. A lot of stuff we're going to be dropping, a lot of knowledge you're going to get from this interview, a lot of inspiration, from somebody who's young and really making it happen and really climbing up the ranks in his profession and in his industry. So who am I talking about? I'm talking about TCO Fresh, but his real name is Fresh Magna, which is a Latin term, magna, really, for the great one from the Greek times. He's 18, from Milwaukee, raised on Burleigh, which is a street that I was also raised off of, 40 from Burleigh. Shout out to people out there in Burleigh, Zoo. And he's been rapping for a long time now. He has a style that is very unique. He creates his own style, and it's just one of those sounds that comes out of him directly, so it's very unique. So let's give it up for TCO Fresh. Are you there with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Good. Nothing much, man. Chilling, man.
Yeah, it's real good to have you on board, on the Transform You Live show. So the people heard me, tell a little bit about you and just from where you came from. But in your own words, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing?
Yeah, man. I've been following rap for a little minute now, you know what I'm saying, since I was little. Like, I always loved music, not just, hip-hop, just all type of, genres, And I ain't, like, when I rap, I ain't got no type of style. It just, like, when I hear the beat, I just flow with it, you know what I'm saying? I just go straight with it, Mostly, like, I don't really try to do too much because, like, most people, they look at people, they try to do too much on the beat or, they try to, be too clever. I just keep it kind of simple, but, intelligent, not too. Yeah, trying to stay focused, you know what I'm saying? That's my mentality, like, mostly on all my music. It ain't, it's only good vibes. I try to make, like, good vibes for people to turn up, feel good. I don't really like rapping or talking about bad times, you know what I'm saying? I like keeping people happy.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. Definitely, like, we got to have more of that type of music. We got to get back to, like, those good times, back to, like, the back in the day times, like,
yeah, man,
and all that. When
that's
just,
what I try to bring back.
Go in the club, go in the bar, and you get your groove on. You feel good. Nothing to make you angry. So what made you decide to, like, just go into that particular realm of music and really start tapping into that part of music?
Man, really, like, growing up around, like, older, siblings, like 10 years, 8 years plus, I just looked at life like, man, like, this ain't somewhere I want to be, and, like, music is like a passion, I felt it, writing, you know what I'm saying, and I just got to get out of here, man. You feel me?
Yes, definitely. So, like, you mentioned that you got siblings, so, like, out of all the siblings, where do you fall in at? Are you youngest, oldest, middle?
Dang, I'm youngest, young boy.
So with that said, then you had to encounter a lot of
pressure.
older ones picking up on you.
Yeah, pressure, man, pressure. You know what I'm saying? But it's good though, because to have them on my back, they have me focused and ready. I'm always ready for the streets. I ain't out here like most people, like, they be like young and wild. Like, I'm just cool and calm. You feel me? Like, I ain't too out here, Mostly like all the young, like the new generation, you feel me? Because I grew up around all the older people, so I got like an old soul.
Yeah, that's important, man. You see a lot of the bad, press out there on young people, and and like they try to fit everybody in that same category. But the truth is, not every kid fits in that same category, and like I wouldn't even call you a kid, I would say that you definitely a young adult. So, like, being with that said, do you sometimes compare yourself to yourself or anybody else out here?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I look at people like me liking music. I look at everybody. So, like, I really don't compare myself to nobody. Cause, like, see, like, growing up with, like, older siblings, like, them being on my back, they always told me, like, when you do something you automatically the best. You feel me? So like,
right.
So I just feel like I'm just the best. So I look at other people. I don't knock people. I don't knock people's talent. I don't just discourage it. I just feel like I'm just the best at what I do because I go hard at it. You feel me?
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely, man. So like, what inspires you? You know, what motivates you? You know, what inspires and motivates you to, like, you know, to not only just do what you do, but just to go forward in life, period. Because a lot of times people have a hard time, like, trying to find some inspiration or motivation just to make it.
Man, like, I'm trying to win. Like, the whole thing about life is, like, winning. And, like, when you got a family, like, coming up from where I came, you know what I'm saying? When you got a family, you looking at that's not a place you want to be, and that's not a place you want to stay. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to elevate, and that's my whole, like, motivation, like, all the time. And it ain't, like, mostly, like, nobody. I ain't got no, like my biggest inspiration in my life, like my big brother, like, his family. Like, I don't really got no motivation. They always taught me self-motivate, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody going to be there for you when, you know what I'm saying, you by yourself. You ain't got nobody. So you got to be able to do it yourself. So really, it's just, you know what I'm saying, looking at the struggles I've been through and just keeping it going. I just got to keep moving forward, never go back.
Yeah, I like that, man. I really like that. So out of these 3 songs, I want to play one of them, you know, to get the people, you know, pumped about, you know, what you're doing in your projects that you got coming out and rolling out. Which one of these songs would you like me to play first? And can you and properly introduce it for us?
Man, the number 1 song I want you to play is "I Want It All," because that's just describing everything in one song. Like, that's everything I ever want. Like, only thing I want, you know, money, power, respect. You feel me?
Absolutely. So we're gonna play "Want It All" and spin this record, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah. Cause that's how it's supposed to be, nigga. I turn on my runs and stick to the code. For real.
Oh, Johnny Cage, baby.
I want it all. 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 Yeah. Money, power, respect. Money, power, respect. Money, power, respect. Money, power, respect. Yeah. I want it all. 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 Cause that's how it's supposed to be, nigga. I turn on my roads and stick to the calls. Friends and stay close to me, nigga. A couple I told the niggas who roll won't let you get close to me, nigga. That is a tragedy, I had to handle it, me in the ocean, my nigga. I got a ball, I want it all. I do this for my mother, sister, my brother, my niggas and all. We gon' be straight, yeah, we getting that K, yeah. And if you know it, that mean you against it, so get out of the way, yeah. I want it all, I want it all. 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 Money, power, respect, money, power, respect, money, power, respect, money, power, respect. I want it all, I want it all. I want it all, I want it all. We gon' be straight, yeah. For real. So we gon' be straight, yeah. We gon' be straight, yeah. I mean that, nigga. You niggas don't know the shit that we do. We light on our feet, so swift when we move. Let's go take a trip, the beach would be cool. You fucking with a winner, baby. It is not likely we lose. It is not likely we losing. Up there and I never losing. You niggas be bluffing, we stay acting tough. You niggas really look foolish. I gotta stay patient, my nigga. The throw for the taking, my nigga. You bragging about your bitch, but your bitch is basic, my nigga. I roll life and face it, my nigga, cause I want it all. I want it all. Yeah. I want it all. I want it all. Little bitch. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. Yeah. Money, power, respect. Yeah. Money, power, respect. Yeah. Money, power, respect. Yeah. Money, power, respect. For real. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all.
You are now listening to the Transform You Live show with your host, Dr. Marcus Hart. Hey, have you heard? We do have a Saturday show every 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on WXR WLP. At 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, make sure you tune in. Matter of fact, you can tune in. Just simply say, hey, Alexa, play Transform You Live show. Or, hey, Alexa, play River West Radio. And we will be ready to make real transformation in your life on Saturdays also. You are now listening to the Transform You Live show.
Okay, my people, we're back. Make sure you don't break my back. But we sitting down here with TCO Fresh, and you just heard I Want It All. Man, that record right there, man, that's definitely something you have to be playing in the car, man. I love that.
Yeah, man.
So being that, like, you got like a real unique sound, man, and I can't stress that enough. That, like, you really infuse a lot of you into your lyrics, and just to synchronize with the beat, man. Like, what do you think about other people's music out here, or some of the other music that's being put out, like, far as rap and hip hop?
Like, I love hip hop, like, so far, like, especially in Milwaukee, because, like, seeing where, like, they came from, like, where Milwaukee came from, like, since I was little, like, I ain't gonna say they was, like, not good, there's a couple nice rappers out here, but now they just, like, yeah, they going crazy out here, getting millions of views, you got Cap Drive, you got Lil Chicken, they going crazy. So I'm liking hip hop right now, especially in my own city. I mess with my own city.
Okay, so you stay more local. You more like local, more of a local listener than you are like mainstream.
Yeah, mainstream. The usual Migos. I kind of go out of my box. I mess with Bruno Mars. Some people think it's kind of funny. I play Bruno Mars riding in the car. They be like, "What you playing?" but yeah, I mess with a lot of the mainstream. That's where mostly like my inspiration on like music came from, listening to it, like how my sounds got developed, like growing up, like, but it was more from like the older, like way older, like hearing all the jazz from my grandma and them, my granddad, and all the R&B. That really developed into a lot of my way of rapping now. So that's what I mostly made with on the mainstream.
Okay, yeah. So is there like anybody out there particularly, that you would like to one day collaborate with and like and feature on, or vice versa, they feature on one of your tracks?
Not gonna lie, one man, my favorite artist ever, Drake.
Drake? Oh, yeah, that's a good one, man. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's for sure. It would be a number one. Not
number one.
Now, as far as your goals, man, and like we dealing with a very hard industry nowadays. And like there's been a lot of shiciness that happened in the past, but like now, with technology and the digital world, man, it allows you the opportunity to like really just branch out on your own and do your own thing without even getting signed to a deal. So, what goals do you have for your music or for yourself as an artist?
And that's crazy you said that, because, like, I was, like, me, like, as a person, I was more thinking, like, more of a family, like, own type of, record deal. I was going to stay independent, like, regardless, like, whether, like, I'm not really planning on signing with anybody if, like, any deals really do come, because, like, I want to keep it in my family, I want to keep my family going, make sure we good. So I can get paid off of myself, like advertising myself, doing this myself, putting it on YouTube, views, shows. I got brothers, family, that's well connected with that. So it's gonna be what it is.
Yeah, that's really important, man. I really like the fact that you mentioned family and just staying within, the confines of family and really creating a legacy for yourself, and like you're doing it, thinking like that at your age, man, it's unheard of. So I just want to thank you for that. Definitely thank you for that. So, what are some of the things you're grateful for in life?
Man, I'm grateful. Number one thing, living, like waking up every day, like. Cause man, I hear about stuff every day, man. Like people my age is just crazy. That's number one thing. But I'm thankful. Again, my family, like I can't not appreciate them enough because they just made me who I am. So they just keep me going. Like them the only people I hang around. I got a couple of friends, but they not really friends. Most of my friends turned into my brothers. You know what I'm saying? They like my brothers. They already family. They know moms, grams, everybody. So it ain't really like that. My family, man. I'm thankful for them. You got to mention God, man above. That's really it.
Absolutely, man. Speaking of which, man, this is definitely a show that really, show people how to be inspired and be motivated and still keep in mind that hey man, we come from the universe and we come from an ultimate source of the universe, the divine God, and a lot of times people think you got to go to a church or something to do that. Now, what is your take on spirituality and how do you stay connected to God?
See, I grew up my great grandma. I grew up around her. I was blessed to see her at a young age. You know what I'm saying, growing up. And she taught me a lot about, she was really a Christian, going to God. I stayed going to church with her. But me as an individual, I pray. I don't particularly go to church, I pray, thank God every day. I know it's some out there, what I'm saying, somebody in the universe out there that's got us, I believe in angels, bad spirits and stuff like that. But I don't partake in a particular religion.
That's what's up, man. That's definitely what we talk about here a lot on this show. It's just just staying basic, man. When when it comes to staying connected with God, and sometimes you don't need a really big church or a small church, or you don't even need church at all. Sometimes just to stay connected, just got to acknowledge Him and invite Him in.
Yeah.
And so that's real important, man. And that's good that you mentioned that and shared that with the people. Now, going back to the family thing, there's a lot of people out there, who don't have family, or they got a disconnect between their families, and without that support, they missing how to reach that happiness. So, what do you think, stands in between, the individual and happiness, and if it's anything that stands in between that, how can we remove it?
With me, I figure. Talking, that's the best way for anything. You want to be happy and the people around you be happy, talk about everything. Because if you talk about everything, you ain't got nothing to be mad about. Y'all work out everything. I ain't got nothing to be mad about. Ain't nothing to be upset about. Y'all got everything, what I'm saying? Compromise, y'all talking, working stuff out. Yeah, you gonna disagree, you gonna, what I'm saying, go through that. But as long as y'all work it out, stay there, stick to it. You ain't, what I'm saying, you're gonna always be happy because you're never gonna be mad at anybody.
Definitely.
You gotta keep yourself, what I'm saying, you gotta keep yourself up. You can't let nobody, get in your emotions, let your emotions go out of control.
Yeah, that's really very well put, man. I like that. Now, with your next track that we're going to introduce here, what's the next track we about to spin here, and give us a little proper introduction for this next track.
Next track is my first track, Run It Up.
Okay.
And that was my first track I ever put out, So it was man, it was just time to, it was time in my life. I was going through a little stuff, what I'm saying? I just felt like I had to break out of that, go get to it, man. I just got to run it up.
Okay, perfect. So you heard it, audience. We're going to play the next track here and come back shortly after and continue to chop it up with TCO Fresh. The name of this track is Run It Up. Here it is. Let it play.
Let's get it.
they getting money, can't show me the proof. I snatched a nigga, bitch, quick and I ain't need the goose. Why you mad? Cause your bitch, she wanna do the crew. Yes, we get savage and my crew shoot like a photo shoot. Hey, run it up now. Plug come from overseas, we meetin' when it touchdown. Ran off on his ass with my bros, had to bust it down. Bean make his nose ready, looking like a fucking clown. Keep that stick on me, boy, what the fuck you tryna do? Only the family in my eyes, and who the fuck is you? Hey, come and work for me, I just might sign you. Don't look too hard at all this ice, little bitch, I just might blind you. Run it up now. Hey, run it up now. We gotta make a way, we gotta make a way. We gotta make a way to get the family paid. Hey, run it up now. Hey, run it up now. We gotta make a way, we gotta make a way. We gotta make a way to get the family paid. A nigga family gotta eat, so I gotta grind. I see the money clear view, these niggas kinda blind. I don't trust bitches, so if I fuck with her, that just means she kinda mine. All I see is dollar signs. I'm hotter than a fucking flame, I'm flyer than a pilot. I'm trying to get my mom's a meal and put her on the island. I need everything, gold and all just like a pirate. And we don't talk, little nigga, all my killers moving silent. Yeah, it's too easy now. Ayy, my pockets fat, they too cheesy now. Ayy, my bitch bad, she too fleeky now. These niggas mad cause my pockets full and they leaking out. Run it up now. Ayy, run it up now. We gotta make a way, we gotta make a way. We gotta make a way to get the family paid. Ayy, run it up now. Ayy, run it up now. We gotta make a way, we gotta make a way. We gotta make a way to get the family paid.
Hey, as a fellow business owner and entrepreneur, I understand the struggle behind trying to reach a targeted market or just simply trying to extend your reach and get more business in the door. Well, the Transform You Live show has advertising space available on our Wednesday show. If you haven't already, check us out. Visit www.transformubroadcast.com. That's www.transformbroadcast.com, and we will help you to make real transformation in the way you advertise. You are now listening to the Transform You Live show.
Okay, man, we're back once again. And we just sitting here, man, we really enjoying ourselves, like having, like, man, a real amazing time. And, like, just, I got my boy TCO Fresh here on the line.
Yeah.
Man, like, you make sure you do, check out TCO Fresh. So, yeah, with that being said, man, there's a lot of things we learn from life, and like, we all, shooting at the same goals, just uniquely sometimes, and very, like, sometimes we go about it the wrong way. So, but, but like, if you had to say you had a life lesson that you had to learn the hard way, what was it, man, and what did you get from it?
Man, always make good decisions. Period. Period. Never go with the bad. If it's a bad feeling, you got a bad feeling, don't do it. Whatever it is, whatever you're doing, it could be anything on this earth. Do not do it, because that one mistake can mess your whole life up.
Yeah, that's real. That's real for real. Yeah, I can't agree with you. A lot of times we don't go with, like, what we feel. We get them indicators all the time, about making those choices, and that's what life is all about, choices, for sure. Right. Now, I definitely got one more question. So, for people out there who's trying to, like, be successful, or that's doing the grind, or they want to just get into music, what would you recommend to them?
I would recommend when they get in, or whatever they doing with music, just do them. Go whatever they want to do, because there's no wrong when you making your music, because it's your music and it's how you feel. Being on the type of person I am, because that's how I do, how I feel and how I make my music. That's what I'm gonna put out, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Whether they like it or not, I put out the music. You know what I'm saying? Whoever like it, you know what I'm saying? Then
Do it without judgment. I hear you.
Yeah, right.
So,
without judgment.
Yeah, I do the same thing with my books. I just put them out.
So you put it out. Yeah, it's you. That's you. You know what I'm saying? You can do what you want to do. You got your choices. Right. And if you feel that your choice is right, then that's your choice. Your choice is right.
So I know you got some people out there you want to shout out, man. So like, you got a couple people you want to shout out?
Hey, yeah, man. First, I like to shout out my moms, Lydia, my grams, Lily, my granddaddy, and then a couple brothers, Zeus. Shout out my boy Chris, Solo, you know what I'm saying, people from around the way.
Okay, cool. Now, if the people wanted to, or like, before I ask you that, do you got any like upcoming gigs coming up, like any performances or anything like that?
Not right now, but I will be soon this summer. I'll be updating people on that, so I'll be getting in contact with you with that as well too, so you can let people know. But for as music, I'll keep putting out on SoundCloud. I got a couple videos coming out in a couple of months. I'm gonna be releasing on YouTube. I'm gonna be dropping dates for it, but they can just keep looking at me on SoundCloud. TCO Fresh with 2 H's.
Okay, so is that the best way to reach out to you, or do you have some other form of contact?
Best way probably Facebook, Fresh Magna. Yeah, I don't really do much for shows. I do booking for shows. You probably have to contact me through email, or just Facebook.
Okay, and what's that email?
It'd be Darius DERRIEUSE @gmail.com. You contact me for doing the shows, booking.
Okay, man. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Like, man, I really appreciate you, man, coming on the show. Like, is there any at all, like, last words of encouragement or wisdom, or just some things, some additional things you just want to say to leave our audience off of?
Yeah, man. No matter what, always get up and smile. That's always the most important thing. You never want to get up mad, frowning, because at the end of the day, you still living. It could be worse. You could be in a box,
Definitely. I like that. So you got this last track here, that you sent in to us. Go ahead and give us a proper introduction to it, and and then we're gonna let you go, man, and hope to have you on again on the show.
Oh yeah, man. Hopefully, I'm most definitely gonna be back, man. I love this show, you know what I'm saying. But next track, No Hook, this one of my little nice favorites. I kind of did this just to, show them I got a little bars, without the chorus, the auto-tune or whatever.
Okay. So the title of it is No Hook.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. And oh yeah, that makes sense because you got the the picture.
Yeah, I'm just going.
yeah, no hook. I like it. All right, so man, we really appreciate you, man. We hope to have you on again, and to the people out there, make sure you do check out TCO Fresh. With the content he did provided, we will have him on our TransformUBroadcast.com website. He have his own profile on there. You'll be able to, have direct links to just click on to go directly to his music, also to his Facebook page. So do make sure you do connect with him right away and find out more about my boy. So here's the track. We're gonna run this track, and then we'll be back once again. So No Hook.
Yep. This is the poppin', man. No Hook.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Hey. Yeah, nigga. Hey. Whether it's stolen or legit, where I'm from, we run fast shit. This shit I got will shoot, I'm on my Men in Black shit. Bad foreign bitch, and her ass made of plastic. I run my bands up and make them for NASA, how I keep a rocket. Bankroll, overweight, hanging out my pocket. I'm a boss, baby, winning is my only option. Red dot when they shop like I work at Target. Watch the people you let in, they hate you the hardest. Me and Brody flip for real, we something like the Hardys. Slam dunking on this bitch, something like I'm Hardy. And bro, them ain't no bench players, they something like some starters. Short bus to the show, cause I go retarded. Rolling woods full of gas, it smell like I farted. When you aiming for the top, they make you a target. I stay low and out the way, that's what I do the hardest. Niggas say that they gon' rob, but they really hoes. Watch them get up in that jam and they really fold. I can get it by myself, baby, and get it gone. Them haters tryna take me out, what them niggas on? Them niggas can't shoot for none, my team in the zone. Youngest nigga moving shit, I feel like Al Capone. Yeah, nigga, you already know what the fuck going on, man. Yeah, nigga, you already know what the fuck going on, man. Don't know all the fat shit, this Smith I got will shoot, I'm on my shit, black shit. I just made a plastic, I roll my bands and make them stretch like elastic.
It's your identity, it's your brand. How are you making your bold statement? Contact the Identity Guru, Bonnie Jean Alford, today to make your bold statement through creative coaching, writing, editing, and keynote presentations. Visit either alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net or simply call 630-752-9434. Again, that's alfredenterprises.net or theidentityguru.net or simply call 630-752-9434. Step into your bold future right now.
Hey, it's Dr. Marcus Hart here with the Transform You Live show. I want you to be my next guest. If you are interested at all in helping us to transform the lives into many across the world, visit us at www.transformubroadcast.com. That's transform the letter U broadcast.com. Hit the join button and you too can help us make real transformation into the lives of everybody. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love. You are now listening to the Transform You Live show. For more information, visit transformubroadcast.com. That's transform the letter U broadcast.com.
Man, did we have an awesome show or what, man? I'm telling you, I really enjoyed myself here tonight on a Wednesday. Let me get a hey now for that. You want to make sure you do join us again every Wednesday. Same channel, man, same show, same host. Lord willing and the creek don't rise, I will be still the host and still be here to just give you guys some awesome content and give you guys that good down home entertainment with my slurring self. Yeah, this is Dr. Marcus Hart, man, the radio host for the Transform You Live show. And once again, we are every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. In case you ain't know, that $144 contest is still going on. I'm checking checking my emails right now. I'm looking like I'm seeing some crazy stuff. Somebody just said, look, there go another one. Somebody just said, can you just not do the raffle and just give me the money? I gotta pay my phone bill. Well, I wish it was that easy, but it's not that easy. You do have to go to transformubroadcast.com. Visit the website, man. Press the join button. Join for free as an audience member so that we can keep you updated, keep you locked in, keep sending you information about upcoming shows, send you information about who's going to be being interviewed. We got some real hot things happening, man. We are really doing some big things here for 2018 as we usher in the summer, because you know it's going to get hot. And FYI, it is my birthday coming up. Ooh, 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 ooh. So my birthday is coming up this Saturday, so make sure you do shout me out on your Facebook, on your Twitters, on your Instagram, on your YouTube, wherever, LinkedIn, just tell me happy birthday. I would appreciate that because I work so hard, man, and I love you guys to the bottom of my heart, the very bottom of my heart. Oh, speaking of shout outs, let me shout out some people. I want to shout out my mom out there. Hey, Mom. I want to shout out my co-host for the Saturday show, Player Pre. Who else? I want to shout out my dad. Shout out Big Steve out there, Big Rob. Man, big shout out to all of my past guests. Love you guys. Man, so many people. I want to shout out my girlfriend. Definitely got to shout out wifey. Shout out to the kids, all my kids. You know, I love you. Daddy love you. Man, so much. Let's see. So, Saturday show. So make sure you tune in for Saturday show on WXR WLP 104.1 FM Milwaukee. So if you are local, just tune in on the dialer thing on the radio to 104.1 if you're on the east side. If you're not on the east side, just go to riverwestradio.com or visit transformubroadcast.com. We'll be able to air the same thing. We got a big guest for the Saturday show, April 7th. So you do want to make sure you are tuned in to Rebel West because we got Malin Mitchell running for governor of Wisconsin. He will be on the show. Shout out to Malin Mitchell. If you are in Wisconsin, make sure you do vote April 3rd. You want to make sure you do go out and get your vote in April 3rd. Get it in. Make sure you vote for Kenneth Chinlak. Vote for my boy Kenneth. Let's see. I don't want to miss out on anything. Man, just visit the website, transformubroadcast.com and realmarcusHart.com for my information. Until then, many blessings, peace, and lots of love, and I'm out of here.
I don't like that. Sophisticated man, that's who I am. I walk around, I stroll. I look to the left, I look to the right. And when you look back at me, and I say, "Show you're right."
But when you live in the spirit, which is what the problem is now, we don't recognize that we have both physical and spiritual nature.
That's already blessed to you, and the energy that's already here for you. You know, because you are an energy being and you come from an perfect energy source. So all of this stuff is available for you for your benefit.
The Transform You Live Show with your host, Reverend Dr. Marcus Hart. For more information, visit transformubroadcast.com. Transform the letter U broadcast.com. Visit realmarcushart.com for the exclusive information. Enjoy the show. Let's go. You are now listening to the Transform You Live Show with your host, Dr. Marcus Hart. Hey, have you heard? We do have a Saturday show every 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on WXR WLP. At 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, make sure you tune in. Matter of fact, you can tune in. Just simply say, "Hey, Alexa, play Transform You Live Show," or "Hey, Alexa, play River West Radio." And we will be ready to make real transformation in your life on Saturdays also.